The Cellar. Grana Padano is a cheese originating in the Po Valley in northern Italy. It is similar to Parmigiano Reggiano. Grana Padano was developed by monks of Cheraval Abbey in the 12th century. The cheese can last a lengthy amount of time without spoiling. It is sometimes aged for up to 2 years. About 150 factories make Grana Padano within the Po Valley area, while an estimated 76,724 tons of this cheese gets manufactured on an annual basis. Why am I talking about cheese, you might ask? Well, this first story takes place within a warehouse located in Bergamo. Bergamo is an Italian city northeast of Milan in the Lombardy region. The warehouse was owned by 74-year-old Giacomo Schiaparin. Giacomo was a local producer of Grana Padano cheese. Within his warehouse, thousands upon thousands of wheels of Grana Padano cheese was being stored. It was late in the evening of Sunday, August 6, 2023. Giacomo received an alarm from one of the machines that cleans and rotates the cheese wheels. This is not an uncommon problem, so upon receiving that alert, Giacomo and his son, Tiziano, headed over to the warehouse in order to adjust the wheel and get the machines back on track. According to reports, the pair arrived and managed to fix the machine. After doing so, Tiziano proceeded to leave the warehouse while his father worked on restarting the machine. Within moments of walking away from his father, a loud crashing sound could be heard. Tiziano immediately turned around and was horrified by what he saw. A 30-foot high shelf holding upwards of 15,000 cheese wheels had given way. Each of these cheese wheels weighs around 44 pounds. As the shelf gave way, an avalanche of cheese would crash through the warehouse, crushing and engulfing everything in its path, including Tiziano's father, Giacomo. Tiziano immediately attempted to uncover his father, but his efforts to move the cheese on his own got him nowhere. He would call emergency services, and over 20 firefighters arrived on scene. The situation was so dire that the firefighters had to call in a unit that specializes in the search and rescue of people from under rubble. They would spend hours moving the wheels by hand. It wasn't until almost 12 hours later that Giacomo's body was finally found. After 12 hours under the cheese, there was little hope that he would be found alive. As I researched the story, it was unclear what the cause of death ultimately was, but it was believed to have been either due to asphyxiation or simply being crushed. Following the incident, Giacomo's son, Tiziano, expressed gratitude for being alive, as he stated that if he had walked away, even seconds later, then he too would have been crushed by the cheese. In the aftermath, it's believed that the accident had resulted in about $7.7 million worth of damages, including the cleaning equipment that was ultimately destroyed within the accident. As always, my condolences go out to Giacomo and all of his friends and family. Before we dive into the second story, we are first going to go over something that is used on a daily basis within the medical field. That something is an MRI. For those that don't know, magnetic resonance imaging, or MRI, is a non-invasive medical imaging test that produces detailed images of almost every internal structure in the human body, including the organs, bones, muscles, and blood vessels. MRI scanners create images of the body using a very large magnet and radio waves. The strong magnetic field created by the MRI scanner causes the atoms within your body to align in the same direction. Radio waves are then sent from the MRI machine and move these atoms out of their original position. As the radio waves are turned off, the atoms return to their original position and send back radio signals. Needless to say, the magnetic field that is created by an MRI machine is extremely powerful. Now that you know all this, let's go ahead and dive into this next story. Leandro Matias de Noves was a 40-year-old lawyer from Brazil. On January 16, 2023, Leandro was accompanying his mother to the Cura laboratory located in the central region of Sao Paulo, Brazil. His mother was there that day to have an MRI done for reasons that have not been reported. As the pair sat in the waiting room, those working at the lab informed the pair that nothing metallic could be brought into the room with the MRI machine. Prior to taking his mother back, the pair both signed documents acknowledging that no metal could be brought with them. Following this, the pair left what was believed to be everything they had on them that was metal behind. Leandro then proceeded to walk his mother back into the MRI suite. As he and his mother approached the machine, the unthinkable would occur. Unbeknownst to those that worked at the Cura laboratory, Leandro was a big pro-gun advocate. He had a valid license and had registered his weapons properly. What he had not disclosed to those at the facility is that one of those weapons was tucked and concealed within his pants waistband. As Leandro approached the strong magnetic field, the weapon would get pulled from his waistband. It immediately went off, lodging a round straight into Leandro's gut. Alarmed by what just transpired, the workers at the facility quickly evacuated the room and dragged Leandro with them. They would immediately do all they could to get the bleeding under control, and Leandro was taken to a nearby hospital for surgery. For the next few weeks, Leandro would valiantly fight for his life. But on February 6th, around 22 days after the incident, Leandro would succumb to his wounds. An investigation into the incident found that staff at the facility had done everything they were supposed to prior to bringing Leandro and his mother back to the MRI machine. Please, let this be a reminder that rules and regulations are in place for a reason, especially within the medical field. I've seen numerous cases of people ignoring precautions with an MRI machine. The dangers that can come from such a decision can be harmful to not only yourself, but to those within the vicinity. As always, my condolences go out to Leandro and all of his friends and family. In Indian culture, Adi Veli means the Fridays that fall during the Tamil month of Adi, from July to August. It glorifies various goddesses of the Hindu pantheon, and the festival marks the beginning of all festivals and is considered as an auspicious month. Adi Veli holds a special significance due to its association with the divine forms of goddess Shakti, celebrated on each of the 5 Fridays throughout the month. These Fridays are dedicated to the myriad of different manifestations of the goddess, each bestowing exceptional blessings upon her devotees. Adi Veli is an important festival celebrated across Tamil Nadu, where porridge is cooked and distributed to the public in honor of the goddess Amman. For further context, Tamil Nadu is the southernmost state of India. It is the 10th largest Indian state by area and the 6th largest by population. As the event and festivities went on, porridge was being cooked in large vessels. It was Friday, July 29, 2022. A 54-year-old man named Muthukumar was seen on video walking the streets. Near him sat numerous large pots of boiling porridge. Now, in order to stay within YouTube's guidelines, I won't be showing all of the footage from said event, but on video you can see Muthukumar become seemingly dizzy, confused, and off balance. As he struggles to remain on his feet, he can be seen leaning against the edge of one of these large vats of porridge. As he rests against the edge, another man comes by and has an immediate realization that a dangerous occurrence is about to transpire. he sees how unsteady Muthukumar is. He immediately runs to get someone else to help him with Muthukumar. But before anyone can get back there to help, Muthukumar is seen falling backwards straight into the boiling hot porridge. Muthukumar's entire body becomes submerged in the thick, boiling liquid. Numerous onlookers try feverishly to get him out, burning themselves within the process. To be frank, the video is hard to watch. More and more people rush over to try and help, but with how submerged the man is, every one of them struggles to get a grip. It's hard to tell how long Muthukumar was left submerged, but from watching the video, it appears like it takes anywhere from 30 to 60 seconds before the vat is finally knocked over and Muthukumar is freed. Following the incident, Muthukumar was taken to Rajaji Government Hospital, where he was admitted. It was later determined that around 65% of his body had suffered horrible burn injuries. He would fight for his life in the hospital, but sadly, only 4 days later, on August 2nd, Muthukumar would succumb to his injuries. The biggest question following his fate was what led to such a horrifying event. It's still unclear what made Muthukumar unsteady, leading to his fall into the porridge. But from reports I did find that his wife stated he suffered from epilepsy. She believes this may have been the reasoning behind why he became dizzy and off balance prior to his fall. No matter what the reason, no one should have to suffer such a horrible fate. My condolences go out to Muthukumar's wife, family, and friends. I know at the beginning of the video I said we were going to dive into only 3 stories, but I found this one particularly interesting, so I figured why not? We'll go ahead and dive into a bonus story. It was October 31st, 2021, in Brasilândia de Minas, Brazil. Brasilândia de Minas, also known as Brazilian Dubai, is a municipality in the state of Minas Gerais, Brazil. On this particular day, a 30-year-old man was out fishing at a lake with a few friends of his. Now, there isn't a ton of details with this story, so I'll do my best to convey what exactly transpired. From all reports, as the men continued fishing, a group of bees began swarming them. It's not clear if they disturbed a nest of some kind, but upon being attacked by these bees, the friends each dove into the lake water. One by one, each of the men would resurface and swim to safety. But it became apparent within minutes that something was wrong. The 30-year-old man had not resurfaced like all the others. This alarmed his friends, who immediately began searching the water and nearby land for their buddy. It wouldn't take long before emergency services arrived. Upon arrival, the firefighters began combing the water. It would take some time, but eventually one firefighter would locate the body of the missing man. It appeared first that he had drowned, but upon bringing the man to land, another horrifying discovery was made. Most of the man's face had seemingly been eaten. After attempting to search for more information, I could not find anything about the COD, but what was confirmed was that the man's face had been eaten by piranhas that lived within the lake. Whether or not he was consumed before or after drowning has never been verified. Either way, I can't imagine a more terrifying experience. I myself already have a phobia when it pertains to bees, so to go from a bee attack to jumping into a body of water and then being eaten by piranhas, it's easy to say that this man's fate seemed pretty determined on this day. As I always like to say, my condolences go out to the man and his family. Thank you all for tuning in to another episode. If you enjoy the content, please hit that like and subscribe button. It helps the channel continue to grow. Also, you can check the description box below and find the link to my merch store. Tons of awesome designs, and the proceeds help fund the channel. For those of you that are interested, I have a Cellar Dwellers membership tier for the channel. It's $2.99 a month and comes with some pretty cool perks, so if that interests you, then please go check it out. I also have that linked in the description box below. If you'd like to submit a real-life scary story that you would like featured on an episode on the channel, please do so using the email linked in the description box below. As always, I do all the research, writing, recording, and editing for the channel myself, so anything that you do to support the channel is greatly appreciated. Until next time, I will see you all again as we head back into The Cellar.